that be the Vladbit hole?
I was going to say the Vladit hole, but
You
don't want to go down the Vlad rabbit hole because it's just you have
There's
too many
no
things.
Vlad rabbits, but there's like a Vladipus.
Okay, so
So
who is it? You just said there's a guy on TikTok named Vlad, and that's where the explanation stopped, as if that was like enough for like the three of us.
I think I was doing my like my German impression, which it actually sounded more like Ukrainian or Russian. And then I realized I was channeling like this guy named Vlad who dresses up as a woman, and then he tricks people on he has these TikTok videos. I forget which app that he's on, like was it Omegle? I think it is. You go on, you just like chat with people, and then you just kind of, if you're not feeling it, you just swipe and then you get somebody new. So it's one of those like
so this is a successor to Chat Roulette.
Exactly. That's where I was going. It's kind of like a chat roulette thing. But people are still really into it. There's this guy named Vlad. What he does is he dresses like a woman, and it's very convincing. He spends a lot of time on like his makeup, and then he goes on, and then
good cheekbones accentuates.
Oh yeah, I've watched the video. What he does is he takes this he buys all the stuff off Amazon. He has this one thing. It's supposed to be like to make your boobs bigger, I guess, or firmer. And so it's just kind of like this little strip of rubber, and then it has like 2 suctions on each side with like some glue or something. And he'll take that, he'll reach under both of his armpits, and then he attaches it, pushes the skin up like in the middle of his chest, and then he just puts on like a bra, and then he fills that up with like some, different pads and stuff like that.
He's doing all this in 60 seconds on TikTok.
No. This was a video I watched where he like, gets him. So he prepares himself for the videos. He spends like 3 or 4 hours.
So he does both short form and long form content, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I guess. I was just curious about like, why is he so attractive? Maybe it was some self-exploration there. But I'm like, even I was convinced. So I'm like, I'm convinced. I mean, all these Indian and Chinese guys that are going on this like app and then like hitting on her or him, like, I mean, we're only people, we're only human.
Yeah. It's, you spend any time in Thailand at all, and then you see the authentic, honest to God lady boys for like the first time, and like I personally just had these moments of like, not for me, but I get it.
Yeah, that's why I haven't gone to Thailand. I'm not saying that I'd break, but I'm just saying it'd probably be a very confusing time.
It's just well, you got the short haircut now. You're looking all kind of clean. You're like sort of looking spiffed up. I mean, they would eat you alive down in
Thai bait. Is that what they call it?
Thai bait, right?
They call me Dubai
Thai
chocolate.
game.
Dubai chocolate.
Soft on the outside, crunchy in the middle.
Yeah.
Be that white chocolate.
So these are all kind of good things to talk about instead of like the Nazi movie, right?
I don't know. I don't think either of them are particularly great for us to be talking about. Just as like sort of our demographic, if you will. But we're going to do it
productive
lady boys,
members of civilization.
We're going to do it anyway.
Yeah,
lady boys, Hitler Youth. My weird tastes. I mean,
as discussed by 4 gainfully employed middle class men.
Not for that much longer. It depends on how the episode goes.
It's true. I like how Andy and Naveen are very quiet, and then John's like, I don't know if you're probing me because you want to learn more about Vlad, or you're like, we're in the same boat, and you're like, I'm there for you. I've been to Thailand.
This is why we have Connie the Goose, because if it was just the two of us, I know that this could be like a 3-hour conversation.
You know what?
You won't be saying anything. It's just be like,
Connie the Goose, the next episode, what we should do, I'll just bring like 30 pictures I find online of either women or like women, lady boys, and you have to figure out which is which. But before you say what they are, you have to say whether they're attractive.
The body language on Naveen and Andy just got so tense.
No, I like this game. I would like to see this.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm down with this game.
I think it would be fun for all four of us to play.
I feel like all of us would fail.
So do we?
no
If we
winners.
do this, do we keep it? Do we keep it on main line, or do we have Andy and Naveen kind of guess on Connie? Just contextually, it's just kind of that's where we kind of do like.
I'll leave it up to you guys. If everybody wants to participate, I mean, I don't know if anybody's like, wives or significant others are listening, so it does say a lot about you.
Not at this point.
Not at this point. No,
Absolutely not.
We might have gotten some sympathy clicks like a year ago, but it's
She's never listened to a single one of these episodes, I don't think. So
yeah, mine hasn't either.
Oh, wait, she just yelled. She said, "That's not true." All right, so she hasn't listened to one in a long time. How about that?
She's like, I know the Superman theme song. God damn it.
Jimmy wasn't that cute. I don't get it.
He wasn't, but did you know where that actor was from? Do you remember him from anything?
No, I've not seen him in anything else.
I've definitely seen him in something else, but I do not know what.
He's in all those like the Air Bud movies, like all the spin-offs.
What?
Do you know those ones where it's like they're like, what is it? It's all the puppies.
Yeah, Air Bud goes to jail. Air Bud.
What's the
Camp
Air
Air
Bud
Bud.
scared stupid.
Yeah.
what's like the soccer one? It's called like World Pup.
That's probably right.
I can't say you're wrong.
We got a new cycle theme.
Air Bud movies.
Air Bud.
He was in a bunch of those. I think he was an actual actor in the film, and then he did the voice of like the cool like rapping puppy. Like he would just like randomly start rapping.
This can't be true.
Look it up.
This sounds very, very true, because it's like there's him, and then like the fact I always like about sort of like Luther's girlfriend that's kind of all over him like the entire movie is she is like literally a Portuguese Victoria's Secret model.
Yeah.
Right. And if you just ever gone to just Portugal, just generally, everybody's like the most beautiful human being that you've ever seen in your life. So I can't imagine that level of a human being. It's just rise around like the baseline. Just kind of what you see, like walking up down the street, like when you're in Lisbon,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I avoid Portugal and Thailand.
We're learning a lot about Eric tonight.
We're learning a lot about each other.
Yeah.
And we're about to learn a lot more. Welcome to episode 67 of Rebels Without a Pod, show that dares ask the question, so what did Taika Waititi decide to do like right after Thor Ragnarok? What are you, what? And then the whole time he's just dressed up as, nah. Come on. They're just what he did, like some new vampire shit or something like that, right? Really? Nah. Joining me tonight, Andy. That's going to be my new character, incredulous about Jojo Rabbit guy.
It's good.
Yeah.
Podcast debut. I'm actually doing 3 shows at the La Brea Improv over the weekend.
I think
Joining me tonight.
I think it's a good one. You should run with it.
All right.
I agree. I like how none of us said anything. We just kind of let you get it out of your system.
Is it not quite at the level, about as good or better than my Sean Paul?
Sean Paul's pretty solid.
That was talk about shallow ball though. That
was
really bullied by that
one. That joke is such a perfect joke. It just kind of it has a mind of its own. It takes over.
Yeah. We have a lot to talk about for perfect jokes tonight.
Hi, everybody. There it is. Bring it back on track.
Joining me, Andy, who does our artwork and graphic design.
What's up? What's up?
Naveen on music and audio production.
Hello, everyone.
And Pod Daddy Eric, a.k.a. Panther Courage.
Hail me, my man.
Oh,
Panther Courage. What?
Panther Courage.
Panther. What kind of courage? Panther Courage.
Panther Courage.
That what he was like, Panther Courage.
Panther Courage.
Man, you're breaking out all the voices tonight, Johnny.
Well, it's
What was that vote?
it's
That
been a long
voice.
week and it's hot outside.
Yeah.
All our content is currently up on the Rebels Without a Pod YouTube channel. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Today is continuing our top of the queue movie cycle. Simple concept. We watch and discuss 4 films queued up on our streaming services, things that we've just been meaning to get to, but simply haven't. So, do you guys want to talk about anything else first, or should we just get into the selection for tonight? I know I'm dragging my feet a bit, but
I'm
down for jumping in.
okay.
I think we can jump right in.
All right.
Yeah,
This
let's
It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah. Okay. Deep breaths. Jojo Rabbit. Motherfucker. Jojo Rabbit is a 2019 satirical comedy drama film written, directed by, and starring Taika Waititi. Synopsis in brief.
keep it all in.
Yeah. Synopsis in brief. You may be right. I may be crazy. Do we?
All right.
Okay.
Sure.
Just
Yeah.
A thing we don't do enough on the pod is Billy Joel humor.
Definitely.
You may be right. I may be crazy.
You may be right.
It's long overdue.
Lunatic that you're looking
It's
for.
true. It is true. We need more Billy Joel.
Based on Christine Lanoon's 2008 book Caging Skies, a far more serious and, as it turns out, sort of deeply psychosexual treatment of the material. It also stars Roman Griffin Davis, Thomasin McKenzie, Scarlett Johansson, and Sam Rockwell. The pitching process was one Waititi described as, quote, exhausting. Big surprise there. With the screenplay completed in 2011, production not starting until late 2018. The film did reasonably well commercially, with a worldwide box office gross of about $94 million against just a $14 million budget. Critical reception, however, was highly, highly split on this film. A couple random quotes. Brian Truitt from USA Today. As much as it makes you laugh, Waititi's much-watched effort is a warm hug of a movie that just happens to have a lot of important things to say. A.O. Scott, writing for the New York Times. The particulars of the evil can seem curiously abstract in this film, and the portrayal of goodness can feel a bit false and forced. UK YouTube critic Robbie Coland. The laziest ripoff of Moonrise Kingdom that I've ever seen in my life, and also there's a general sense in this movie that absolutely nothing's at stake. So, general impressions first for Jojo Rabbit. Eric, this was your pick for the cycle. This is a movie that you did not watch until I believe just earlier today, correct?
True. Yeah.
Okay.
What
did you think?
It's been in my queue for a bit. I remember seeing the trailer for it on Amazon Prime, and I didn't even, see any kind of trailer at all for it even being in theaters. It was just kind of popped up on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, I got to see that. I'm sorry, Amazon Prime. I got to see that.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't watch it for 5 years?
Right.
But again, us doing this cycle, top of the queue, this one just kind of came to me right away. I'm like, got to see this movie. And I had just seen Thor: Love and Thunder again. So I think that's kind of what drove me to see this. I'm like, you know what? There's that other movie I have to watch by Taika Waititi.
Are you kind of a completionist for his movies? Have you seen more or less everything that's in his filmography?
I didn't see the movie Boy, which I think was maybe one of the first ones he did. He worked with the guys from Flight of the Conchords too. They had some movie, something versus Eagle. I forget what it's called. That was the very first one that I think I remember seeing it on I think VHS or a Blockbuster or something like that. And I'm like, this looks like crap. But
that was an early thing pre the TV show, but that helped kind of put them on the map a bit.
Yeah, but I have seen a bunch of his other stuff. I mean, I saw both Thor movies that he worked on. I saw What We Do in the Shadows, Hunt for the Wilder People. What else is there?
Eagle versus Shark is what it's called.
Eagle versus Shark. Thank you. Yeah, it's such an obscure film. I don't even have. You have? Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually seen it and thought it was interesting.
How many stars?
I don't know. I just now I'm remembering that I saw it. I must have forgotten about it the moment I finished watching it, but I recall it being okay.
I'll check back in on Andy's letterbox later tonight.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. It has Jermaine Clement as like the main protagonist, I think, and then
yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, but yeah, I think being familiar with Taika Waititi's films, you kind of know what you're going to get yourself into. I think this was a little less Thor and maybe a little more serious and kind of similar to what is it? Hunt for the Wilder People.
Okay.
So it touches on a lot of different types of a lot of different themes. It's not like committing to one thing, but I general impressions, I thought it was great. I think the cast is what made it great. I love in this movie, and again, I didn't know who was in this except for like Scarlett Johansson. Sam Rockwell is a fucking gem in this. He is every scene that he's in, I'm just captivated. He's so funny, and he's just
playing so many different emotions, so many different shades every single scene that he's in.
Just the way he you see where he is and like the journey he makes throughout the film. And at first, he's just kind of like, I don't know. He's just seems kind of like out of it. He's still like disheartened. Like he was going to be fighting with the troops on the front, and then he had an injury, and now he's training, these like little douchebags to like be like, Nazi wannabes or whatever. And he's just not really into it. But he forms some kind of bond. He sees something in Jojo, and then you kind of like understand where he's coming from, and he's just funny. He's just great in that. What Rebel Wilson, by the way, I don't think you mentioned she's in this. They don't advertise that as well. Everything comes out of her mouth too. It's just
what's her line? I have provided 18 children for the Fuhrer, and they just whoosh.
Yeah, they're like, all right, so this is what the boys are being trained to do, like fight and battle and kill and all this stuff. And then Sam Rockwell's like, yeah, and the girls learn how to like
they're learning foraging and childbirth.
Yeah, tend to wounds, and then preparing to make babies. Yeah, and Rebel Wilson's like, yeah, I had 18 babies for Germany. Or I love that line. She talks about her friend who actually it's just a couple of them with like, she's like, oh, this Jewish, my uncle met a Jewish person, and then used like mind control and made him an alcoholic and beat his wife and do all this awful stuff.
Right.
Were you the first?
The first.
I didn't say what you think I said. I said the politically correct form of what you think I said. But if you're implying I said something that might be implying.
Right.
I didn't say it.
We made a standing bet off mic that we'll see how the episode goes.
Yeah.
Usually towards the end it gets rough. But overall, I thought this was a great movie. Really pulls at the heartstrings. But I feel like it did it in a it's like a sweet manner. Like it feels very natural. I don't feel like Taika Waititi as Adolf is great. He's way over the top, but I think it's intended to be that way because it's like a 10-year-old's imaginary friend, and so this is what in his head. This is what Adolf is like. Right. He's running around. He's smoking cigarettes, which Adolf never did. He eats unicorn head.
He's constantly offering the kids cigarettes, which is kind of
yeah. He offers the kids cigarettes. It's funny. Again, like I made the reference at the beginning. He's like, "Heil me, my man," and then Jojo's like, "Hail Hitler," and he's just like, "Do you even speak German? Hail me."
At a certain point, they're just kind of jumping at it up and down and kind of screaming at each other.
Yeah, the whole thing where he's, Taika Waititi's chasing after like a hand grenade, leaping through the air. Like it's a fun game. I was like, this is fun. It's a good flick. I really liked it. I think this it does touch on World War II and Nazis and stuff like that. And maybe not everybody wants to get involved with that, but I don't feel like it focuses too much on it until like the climax of the film. But I would share this movie with other people. I thought it was very funny. I thought it was very touching. There's a lot of different things that I feel make it a great film.
Okay, interesting. So, Naveen, general impressions going to you.
It was fantastic. Eric, not sure why he took so long to watch it and share it with us, but I didn't know anything about this movie until you had suggested it, and it was a lot of fun with the jokes. The jokes and things just hit right off the bat, and just kind of kept going with some of the little things there. And like you said, Sam Rockwell, Jojo comes and he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to do it." He grabs the grenade and he's like, and Sam Rockwell's like, "Don't do that." And he just keeps going. He's just great performances all around, like you said. Great kind of storyline. Reading up on it, the book, I guess, was a little bit more serious. And this was
I thought you were going to say reading up about World War II and just man, some shit happened.
Have you guys heard about this World War II thing? Holy shit!
Wait a minute.
Man, this Hitler guy was real.
Not German?
Is over the top of Hitler, and actually just reading up on it a little bit as well, that Taika Waititi didn't care to research Hitler. He's like, I don't care. I'm gonna make him whatever I want him to make him because he's he's a terrible person.
Right.
So he just kind of made him to be that way. But yeah, we just right from the get-go of telling the boy how weak he is and how pretty boy he is. It's like, get out there, go fight. right from the beginning. And it's just, and just even the turn.
Panther courage.
Yeah.
Wait, Naveen, I got a question.
All right.
How many balls do you think the Führer has?
I think it was 5.
4.
It's 4.
I thought he had 1, but he actually has 4.
It's 4. Yeah.
Which is a fun little detail of what a 10-year-old would make up in his mind. Somebody
that was fucking Stephen Merchant.
Definitely.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
The Gestapo. What a choice there.
What a choice there.
Yeah.
That was a treat.
Stephen Merchant, kind of scary as shit in this movie.
He's tall. He's a tall bastard.
Didn't know he had that. Didn't know he had that gear in his performance style. But he walks in and he's just like, "Oh,
Hitler. He's gonna kill us."
Yeah. Going to Andy. General impressions of this movie.
Well, so my synopsis in brief of this movie. What's up, there, Führer? Like I said last week, I'm going to do things that make me laugh, and that's really all I'm going to try for at this point.
All right, I'm going to stop you there.
Uh-oh.
Pro tip, Billy Joel lyrics.
Yeah, no.
Meet.
My synopsis in brief, that wascally rabbit. Oh, you double-crossing wabbit.
Come on.
Whoa.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Great minds. Look at that.
Yeah. So I had the Elmer Fudd on the mind as well.
Wow, dude. That's funny. So I really like this movie. This is the second time I've seen it. The first time I saw it was when it first hit streaming, probably like you said, 5 years ago or whatever it was. And I remembered enjoying it. I didn't remember much about the movie. And then as things started to pop up throughout that kind of refreshed my memory, like Jojo's little friend, who I think
Nick Frost Jr.
Yes, Nick Frost Jr. That's right.
Hagrid Jr.
Yeah, he was wonderful. I just thought he was so great, and like the relationship that he has with his mother in that movie, and the way that Scarlett Johansson plays that part. Sam Rockwell, it is the scene stealer in that movie, unsung hero of that movie. Rebel Wilson was great. Taika was great. I mean, it was just one really and the girl that plays the
Elsa,
the girl that plays Elsa, also quietly awesome in that role. Like,
who is she? I've never seen her in anything.
She's a New Zealand actress. Thomasin Mackenzie is her name, and I guess she actually comes from a fairly well-known New Zealand acting family. So I think to kind of she's done a few other things. I think like the biggest part she's had other than this was she was in the Edgar Wright movie about kind of like that kind of like extra dimensional sort of burlesque club. I'm blanking on like the exact name of it, but I think she plays the alter ego of Anya Taylor-Joy in that movie. But that's just me talking about the dumb.
Okay,
I
interesting.
have no idea what movie you're talking about.
Me neither. And I don't recall ever seeing her in anything else that I've personally watched, but she was really excellent in it. It was a really interesting take on a very dark time. I think that the humor was, I don't know, appropriate is the word that's jumping to my head, but that's not the one I want to use. It seems like, almost considering how heavy a topic Waititi is tackling with this, or at least how heavy a time frame in history. It was respectful, I guess, of the fact that like some really bad shit went down and there was some really sad and scary stuff. But to kind of put like a little bit more fine point on, like this is a kind of a dark satirical comedy about just what can be reasonably said to be like the worst thing that's ever happened. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was able to, and I'm sure that this is true. Obviously, you don't hear these stories as much as you hear the atrocity type stories, but I'm sure that there were little pockets of happy moments, and people that were enjoying each other and having these meaningful relationships, and these silly things would happen throughout, because these are humans that we're talking about. Well, at least sort of humans, some of them anyway. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. It was a really cool movie. I'm glad we got to watch it again because it reminded me of what I liked about it the first time. And I would highly recommend it to anybody. For me, it's my Letterboxd score is a 4.
A 4.
Oh,
wow. I don't know what the last thing you gave a 4 actually was to. It's been more than a minute.
It's been a minute, for sure. I don't know what my last 4 would have been. And
Kung Fu Hustle is what, 4.5?
I don't even know how to check.
Go up to. I don't check Letterboxd. I'm not a letterboxer.
I don't even know how to check what my last 4 rating would have been. But yeah, it's been a while. I mean, to me, honestly, a 3.5 star rating is like a really good, solid movie. Like one that I really enjoy and probably would recommend to, not all of them, but to a lot of people. This is one that
3.5 stars to like 10, like the last 12 movies you reviewed on Letterboxd. So I think it's
yeah.
Okay, interesting. General impressions for me, and I'm going to zag a little bit. I actively disliked this movie.
Wow.
It to me was I again sort of went in kind of really not knowing too much. Just understand sort of like the very kind of basic sort of concepts of it. Sort of went in open-minded. I definitely agree that there are funny jokes in this thing. I definitely agree that there are, it's just the acting job is really impressive. But Taika, I guess, in his other films, like this movie Boy, I suppose he is very, very skilled at kind of getting kind of great sort of kind of child performances, and I think the acting by kind of Jojo and Elsa, they're holding their own against much more kind of established and seasoned actors there. But I found this movie to be contrived. I found it to be maudlin. I found it to just really think the tone and the ideas, I think, were just really, really all over the place. I think the character of Scarlett Johansson made kind of no sense whatsoever, other than a read of like, yeah, the war has driven her completely insane because she is, hiding a Jewish girl in a crawl space in the same house as her Nazi brainwashed son, and also going out sort of leafleting against the Fuhrer like kind of 16 hours a day, and just whatever happens at home is kind of what happens at home. I was hoping this movie was going to be funnier. I was hoping this movie was going to figure out some kind of way to sort of be more transgressive. A thing I didn't just that a thing that kind of struck me is it felt like the Taika kept on sort of tiptoeing up to doing stuff that was kind of more interesting, more transgressive, more kind of unique, and then kind of doubling back into this, I think, kind of a sort of a kind of just cheaply contrived story about this German family that's trying to hide like this young kind of Jewish girl from like the Nazi parties. I think that I'm not sure who this movie was for. I'm not sure what Taika was ultimately trying to say. I'm not sure who he's trying to kind of win over to with sort of like this thing. I always take notes for kind of when we watch the show, for when we watch movies for the show. And the only thing I wrote down in my notebook for this one was, wait, there's still 20 minutes left.
Seriously. Wow.
So I just, it was kind of it was really kind of vinegar for me. I just kind of bounced off it. It's a little surprising to just hear like the three of you kind of speak about this in such glowing terms. But then if you take a look at the Letterboxd reviews for this movie, or you take a look at any of the critical reception of this movie, it's something like 1 out of 3 people, 1 out of 4 people just completely ping pong like off this movie. And I think that's just for me. Maybe there was something I was looking for because I'm such a big Mel Brooks fan and I'm such a big South Park fan. Mel Brooks himself has kind of gone on the record, haven't seen this movie and like absolutely loving it. And these are guys that do sort of interesting, fun, thematically consistent kind of just anti-Nazi comedy better than like anyone else in the world. So I'm not above laughing at this kind of thing, or I'm certainly not the type that would sort of be off-put or offended by the principle of kind of what he was doing right here. But I didn't get it, man. I just didn't get it.
Let me ask you this: how do you feel about maybe Taika Waititi's acting? Do you feel like maybe he rubs you the wrong way, and that might be part of it?
No, I don't think that it's that. I think that there was it felt to me in the movie, and that this is maybe kind of writer brain there, but it kind of felt to me like he kept changing his mind for what he wanted the thing to sort of actually be about. Mm-hmm. There is a scene about 3/4 of the way through when Jojo is and kind of putting sort of my kind of just sort of gripes and sort of dislikes about this movie aside, like the basic core theme of this movie, I really love. I love the humanity of a fanatical, brainwashed, fascist little boy. All it takes to kind of reset that is just meeting like a cute older girl. I love that. I love that as an idea. I love the humanity of that. But it felt there's a scene when Jojo is realizing finally that he's actually starting to like Elsa, and imaginary Hitler freaks out and starts doing to me what actually sounds like a real speech that Hitler did, advocating sort of like the creation.
Yeah, that's a big scene.
Kind of like the Hitler of like you guys know like the scene that I'm talking about, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. I was watching that and I thought to myself, okay, so we've had kind of silly goofball Hitler the entire time. Why are we doing this scene now? This is a short movie. Taika's not in kind of too many of these scenes. I just kept thinking to myself, did the director actually believe that we needed to be reminded after so little time with these characters that Hitler was actually like a terrible person? I think that's I was up and down, and then I think at that point I just kind of completely checked.
Remember, this is not Hitler. This is the boy's like this is what he imagines Hitler to be like. This is essentially like a part of the boy that he's using as an excuse to give him confidence to do the things that he knows that he's been trained since like a young age to do. And it's very hard for him to like, especially when he's falling for Elsa, and then with the loss of his mom. And like, you have to imagine like the mental gymnastics somebody has to do to be like, but this is who I am. I am supposed to be a Nazi. I'm supposed to be out there killing people. And now my own people just murdered my mother, and I'm falling in love with the enemy. Like, and so that moment,
of course, it's representative of his own personal mental state.
So don't think of it necessarily as like, it's not the actual Hitler. It's just, again, it's the fact that Hitler's saying, hey, I'm going home tonight to eat unicorn for dinner. Like,
right
there should tell you, like, don't take the Hitler imaginary friend too seriously, because it's the boy pushing back on himself. Like, you cannot fall in love with a Jewish woman because of all the reasons that he gives you.
This is fundamentally against everything you've been taught and like everything that you should believe in.
Yeah, like that scene made sense to me, because I'm like, you could just see it's just like a pressure cooker. It's just building up. And it's like at the beginning, it's a playful Hitler. Towards the end, it's just like he seems stressed out. He's smoking cigarettes. Something about his voice and just the way
everything that's happening is mimicking kind of Jojo's own inner world.
He's observing and seeing what's going on and trying to piece together what's actually happening, because it's like Jojo's kind of like, he's evolving and changing based on his experiences and the situations he's put in. And it's just like, what he's been trained to think is just, it's so programmed in his brain, it's hard to break.
And this is what your brain does when it's trying to shake something loose. And I certainly, my sort of dislike for that scene kind of comes with the understanding of like of course this is supposed to be a representation of kind of like his of Jojo's monologue. His inner world. Like the thing I kind of kept coming back to sort of watching that movie was thinking less about like maybe like the movie itself and more about the decisions Taika as more or less kind of like the sole kind of creator and kind of like as kind of the sole creative voice of this film. Trying to make something like that is obviously a incredibly difficult needle to thread.
Look at the source material.
About 1,000 different
reasons. Jesus Christ! Like Naveen mentioned, how the fuck could you make any movie off of that source material that was not just like historical drama?
Right.
And not the kind of movie any of us would want to see if you read, that you provided, what was it, like a Reddit article or something like that?
Right.
Oh my God.
The Reddit article was a summary of this author, Connecticut-born non-Jewish Christine Lanoon's book Caging Skies, who just kind of came up with the original character, but like the biggest part of the story is after the war is over, Jojo doesn't actually tell Elsa that the war has ended and that Americans have just kind of basically taken over the city. He basically kind of keeps her in the crawl space for 3 straight years, trying to manipulate her into being his girlfriend. Like that's you
see that at the end too. You see that at the end just briefly, where he's like, he doesn't want to let go.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this though. You mentioned you didn't appreciate the humor, and it kills me because there's a lot of John jokes in there.
I laughed really, really hard at a few.
And I picked your favorite joke. I'm pretty sure I know what your favorite joke is.
Okay, what do you think of my favorite joke?
It's where Reek from Game of Thrones
Alfie Allen,
is tasked with getting dogs to help the military fight. And he's tasked with getting, what people want is German shepherds. And then he just shows up with shepherds that are German.
Right.
And I lost it. And I was like, this is a John joke. And then at the very end, in the big fight scene where like the Russians and the American soldiers are attacking like the city, and they show the shepherds out there like firing back. I was like, fuck me. That's like a Wes Anderson thing too, which is great.
Fairness, I was a bit prejudiced at that in that I was really hoping for this basically to just be like a Wes Anderson movie. My overwhelming favorite part of the film is just when they're at the camp at the start of it. I'm like, the whole thing could have been at the camp for me, and I think I would have had a great time.
You wanted us to go with Wes Anderson for your pick, and we wouldn't give you that.
What's therapy? So. Moonrise Kingdom. We could be talking about like right now.
We don't need to. We don't. Everybody's seen it. We don't need to.
That movie's boring.
Let me ask you this, John.
Objection noted. Shoot.
The scene where they're like, what should we give Jojo to do around here? I don't know. You could walk the clones. Have all like the Aryan clones hanging out there. I'm like, come on, that's funny. Who comes up with that crap? It's so funny.
What was the tag on the German Shepherd thing? Don't worry about it. It's not very good name for a dog.
I'm sorry about what I did there. I yelled at you. I know I yelled at you, but don't take it seriously. You know how I feel about you. Don't worry about. Don't worry about. And then they just get like an inch apart, and then like, okay.
Eric, to like a point that you brought up like a little earlier, let's kind of throw to like Naveen and Andy on this on one of the talking points. But why did you think Jojo had Hitler as an imaginary friend, and why did he stick around even after the real Hitler was killed?
I think it was clear that Jojo was looking for a father figure. His dad being gone, not really knowing what the story about his dad was or where he was, just thinking he was out fighting on the front lines, but nobody had heard from him in years, and et cetera, et cetera. I think he was missing that father figure, number one. Hitler, I guess, was kind of the ultimate like father figure for Germany at that point. He was like the pinnacle for a lot of people. So I think it only tracks that if he's going to substitute somebody for his own father, the only guy that is better than the real guy would be the leader of the country.
This representation of sort of masculinity and like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 100%. I think it's the missing dad and the possibly insane mom. I think that's
yeah. I think that was part of it too. Is his mom was clearly nuts, but also, I guess to digress for a second, just madly in love with her child, would do anything for him, I guess, other than make safe decisions.
Other than any form of actual parenting.
Sure, there is that.
Yeah. The scene where he goes and the mom, she's been hanged. He goes over and ties like her loose shoelace, but then the shoes show up later on in the movie. I'm like, what happened there?
Did you guys catch the? I think I didn't love, but did you guys kind of catch the foreshadowing of Jojo looking at the Germans who have been hung in like the town square and looking at their shoes, and then there's multiple shots of him looking at his mom's shoes before she is actually kind of caught by Gestapo. It happens at least twice. It happens when they're walking walking along the riverside, and there's one other scene besides that where he's literally just staring at her from that angle. And I think like the second time they get that.
There's new stuff throughout though, because when the first time they go into his dead sister's bedroom, there's her little ballerina slippers that say Ilsa on them, or Ilse, or I forget whatever her name was. But so shoes are kind of a running theme throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I had completely forgotten that Scarlett Johansson was done away with in that way in the movie. I'd forgotten that she died at all in the movie because it had been so long since I'd seen it.
When I saw her looking at the shoes the second time, I was like immediately like, yeah, they're just she's not making it out of it. Like she's not making it alive out of this one.
I love how they like did that though, where Jojo was feeling like he's like on a upbeat note because they just tricked the Gestapo. That Elsa's his sister, and then he's out walking, and then he just kind of like brushes against like the mom's shoes. Right. And then you instantly like realize like, oh shit, she's dead. But they don't pan to her at all. Yep. They focused on the shoes, and I was like, that's awesome. I love how they do that. They associate her with the shoes and like dancing. And
it does like add more power and kind of more pathos to that moment that you don't. I mean, it would cheapen the moment a bit. I think if you actually kind of saw if they actually start panned up.
He's like hugging her legs, but they don't show like her body.
But there's a reason. There's a reason why. Well, at least
he's too small. He can't reach that high.
No, it has to. So apparently, Waititi did that because he feels that the death of a parent, of someone that's that close to you, is a private moment that we shouldn't be privy to. We shouldn't be a part of as the viewer. It should just be between those two people in that moment. Right. Which I thought was kind of an interesting take on it. I mean, yeah, I think just to finish up on the question from my perspective too, he also wanted to belong. He wanted to belong to something. I mean, he was kind of a, he
kind of a mama's boy, kind of like not particularly kind of fit or strong-willed or tough or anything else like that. Pretty insecure. His best friend is also a nerd.
Yeah, and then he gets blown up or partially blown up, and he can't. And
he's like, "Oh, I'm so ugly now," but he's just got like the sweetest facial scarring.
Yeah, and apparently, facial scarring in Nazi Germany. This is just something I read. I could be totally wrong about this historically, but facial scarring in Nazi Germany was actually considered a badge of honor.
Sure.
And so if he, in real life, if that had happened to him, he would actually have been.
It would be like getting like a teardrop tat. Like he would have been a badass.
Yeah, because his story would have been, I was training to become, a Nazi soldier, and I, in the line of duty, if you will, got hurt or whatever. So that would have been a badge of honor for him.
I think you have to phrase it as like, I don't want to sound queer or nothing, but facial scarring kicks ass.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Naveen, anything to tag on to that?
No, not really. I had the same idea of, father figure, absence of a father figure kind of thing. So he kind of went towards the biggest father figure of that time and era that was prominent going around. I guess just adding about the shoe thing. If it started from the beginning, where, Taika Waititi's Hitler's yelling at him, you're a 10-year-old boy who can't tie his own shoes. It started right from there. And then the constant tying the shoes. So that foreshadowing and using the shoes as a method to move the plot along, or some kind of alliteration or something of that sort. I'm blanking on the word.
It symbolizes a couple different things. Symbolizes certainly families, and it symbolizes kind of the challenges of growing up. Symbolizes the just kind of it sort of symbolizes like just the ability to be independent, or like not not independent from something.
Right. And then I guess to put it, the why Hitler showed up even after the real Hitler was dead. I think it was finally to just the whole Jojo arc, his transformation. That like, all right, no, I'm not going to be a Nazi, a Jew hater, that kind of thing. Right. So he had to kind of.
This guy was not a god. This guy was not a mortal. Like everything.
You said it.
I said it.
Yep. You lose.
All right.
That's it. Is this a drinking game? Do you have to drink something?
Listen, if any of the four of us was going to say it, I think it probably was best that it was Naveen.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I wasn't the first one.
Well, you're the editor, so you can make sure that you aren't.
Yeah.
Pick a word that sounds similar. I don't know. Charleston Chew.
Mountain Dew.
No. Any word.
Chewbacca. Every time we say, you just go.
Orange juice.
Next,
there we go. The juice.
Next talking point. Why did Captain? So Sam, and why am I blanking on his last name? Rockwell. Sorry, Jesus.
It's like Norman.
Yeah. Is it
like
though?
The juice.
The juice. OJ.
Why did for Sam Rockwell's kind of performance? Definitely, as we said like earlier, one of the most kind of shaded and just kind of nuanced and really, really interesting sort of performances in the movie. Why did when the Gestapo was tearing through Jojo's house, why did Captain Klenzendorf not reveal did not sort of route on Elsa to the Gestapo while he was checking her papers, and she got the birthday wrong of the sister that she was pretending to be? Why that pivot? Why that decision?
That was an intense scene, by the way, where she's in like the hiding space, and then Jojo's like, "Hey, we got away with it. That was great." And then she's like, "It's May 7th. Your sister's birthday was May 7th, not May 1st." And I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, what's gonna happen?
They're coming back for her or something. Like they're just playing it off, but they didn't pursue it. And then you think about it, it was all, Sam Rockwell's character just controlling that whole situation and diffusing it. And
right.
So that was a scene. I mean, I don't know. I can start off, but I just think he just has like an affinity for Jojo. Like when he first meets him, he doesn't really like, he's like, that's the kid that's just kind of like, everybody's calling him Jojo Rabbit. He's like the weak one out of the bunch. He doesn't, he's afraid to kill somebody or hurt somebody, or he talks big, but he carefully, he's not confident enough. But at the same time, I think as the movie goes on, Captain K sees more of maybe himself or who he was when he was younger, even though his situation played out differently. He mentions the fact that he had an imaginary friend when he was younger, which I don't know if it's true or not, but he just kind of brings it up. maybe to kind of like comfort Jojo in his situation. But when people laugh at, Jojo's book, Yoo-Hoo Juice, he stops for a second. He's like, no, you know what? He's like, maybe you're on like the right path here. Like maybe you got something going on. But I think he also realizes too, the fact that the Gestapo are there looking through the house. The mother's name has been mentioned. He already knows she's probably dead. Like something's going to happen to the mother. And so he feels bad for him. Like he has nobody else. He knows that Jojo doesn't have a father around to help him out. He knows he's maybe not Nazi, like he's not built to be a Nazi. So he only has this one other person who's maybe acting as his older sister, and he doesn't want to take that away from him.
Right.
That's just my thoughts. I hope I didn't answer the entire question for everybody, but what do you guys think?
I kind of felt like, to my point about, I think initially in the movie, I was kind of hoping that the entire thing was going to be like a camp movie. I think that there was maybe a lot more interesting kind of story to tell of like, in Germany, it's the end of the war. You look at like the people that are left in that town. It's the very, very young. It's the very old. It's the injured, and it's the infirm. Doing like a little bit of like reading about this, like public sentiment had by and large completely kind of shifted against the Führer by in kind of like this in this last portion of the war. Any average German citizen knows that it more or less kind of figured out like this guy was a madman. We should never have kind of gotten like just involved in this war. We should have never just kind of let sort of like this party like take over. I think that there was there was maybe like a story that might have been a bit more grounded and a kind of bit more engaging to me. It would be a story about how everyone is just kind of just completely burnt out on the whole Third Reich thing by like the end of the film, and and people are just kind of just trying to inch away from that radicalization and trying to figure out like kind of ways to sort of get back to normalcy without getting kind of killed off by like the remainder of like the Gestapo and like the SS that are actually kind of running around.
That's a great point, because I saw a lot of that. You bring that up. That was my interpretation of the film. But a lot of people, I saw reviews where people were like, they're just trying to normalize like Hitler and Nazis and make them seem like they're not that bad people. And I'm like, I don't think that's the case. I think they're trying to show that there's a lot of people that are kind of like part of this war, but
had figured out for a while ago, like this
buy into
this
it.
This is evil. This is a losing cause. This is going to be the destruction of our world and our civilization. Right.
Yeah.
Klenzendorf, injured during the war, busted down to kind of glorified babysitter, clearly gay, clearly in love with Alfie, clearly in love with Alfie Allen. Just all set, just kind of done with the entire thing. And kind of what I think you're seeing in that moment is an actual sort of manifestation of, you know what, fuck it. I'm putting my own reputation, I'm putting my own life on the line, but none of this entire thing ended up sort of being worthwhile at all. So why don't I just try to do at least one or two more redemptive things before just like the hammer completely comes down?
The uniforms that he designed for himself.
So good.
So good. And the fact that he actually had them made and it was at the end of the film, I was like I stopped and I saw it and I'm like laughing and just clapping. I'm like, that's
when he showed Jojo the concept
Awesome
art for like these crazy kind of rainbow colored flamboyant,
all shiny,
like,
he's got plumage coming off of his helmet.
and then he shows up in the actual outfit at the end. The thing it reminded me of, and again, like this is a movie with kind of individual moments I really love, but like the thing that reminded me of is the scene at the beginning of There's Something About Mary, where just Ben Stiller, he just kind of gets his balls kind of stuck in the zipper, and it's just people sort of leaning down and looking at it and describing it the entire time, and you're just like, they're not actually going to show it. There's no way you're going to show it. Like the laughs are all now you're imagining it, and then it just smash cuts to his nutsack sticking out the zipper of his jeans, and everybody there was
The beans are over the Frank. There's a part in Jojo Rabbit at a certain point in the movie where Sam Rockwell's character and then the other guy, they end up with these pink triangles on their uniform. I can't remember exactly where they were, but they just sort of at a certain point, the pink triangles both kind of appear.
It's on their capes, I believe.
Maybe it was it could have been their capes, but at any rate, that was like sort of Waititi confirming, I guess, that that they were gay characters. Oh. And I think that, I guess to answer the reason why, in my opinion, why he didn't narc on Elsa was because he sort of felt obligated to protect another very vulnerable
another person with something to hide.
With something big to hide. Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Did you hear that? They like craftily had that like Weezer song where it's like pink triangle on the sleeve. Let me know the truth.
You really need those pink triangles because they're so subtle about that couple in every single other scene.
Yeah, in every other way.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I didn't even pick up on the pink triangles, so that's a great observation.
Yeah.
Right. What did you guys think about Scarlett Johansson's performance in this movie? Kind of two questions. Did you feel like the performance itself was good? And do you feel that do you also feel that I was personally like, this character is either insane or just kind of makes zero sense the way that she's written. How did you guys kind of feel about just like that aspect of it, like how she's kind of hiding like this kid in her house, yet she's just kind of going, she's just sort of gone all day, and she's just kind of whatever. She's kind of Montessori school with kind of Jojo and like this sort of Nazi-like fascination. Just general thoughts on ScarJo. How'd she do here?
I thought she was really good. I mean, again, like I said earlier, like she was a super loving mom, apart from the fact that she was making really dangerous decisions in a very dangerous place.
Right.
But the way that she interacted with Jojo, the kind of the humor that she exhibited, I don't know. I thought she was endearing. I kind of liked her.
I feel the same way. I think she did well and portrayed it. There's, I guess, the two sides, conflicting sides of not believing in the war and all that stuff and helping out, but then having this child that was just so gung-ho about the movement and trying to be like, well, how do I get this kid who's so into it to realize a better way without him turning me in?
Let me ask the three parents on the chat. How do you walk your own kids back from something that crazy? Can it even be done?
Was it the dad's influence that made him that way? I couldn't tell because I was like, it sounded like the dad fled from the war.
Yeah.
Right.
So then I was like, if he's a traitor, did he have the same flaws that Jojo has, where he's just like expectations that he has to serve in the military, be a Nazi, and kill Jewish people or kill everybody, whatever, kill the French, kill all of them, but
in real life can't even like tie his own shoes, metaphorically.
And that's why, and I was kind of convinced because when ScarJo went, she put the ash on her face and she came over and screamed at him. I was like, so maybe that's who the dad was. He was just kind of like really loud and was just like, no, I'm doing this, what I have to do for my country. But at the same time, there's some uncertainty inside him that he became a Jojo Rabbit and ran away. So then you got to think about that. I mean, if the mom's a free spirit and she just never really believed in the war, and now it seems like it's over, she's probably taking a little, some more risks. And she's like, you know what? Nobody gives a shit. Like you said, it's like all the people that are left behind are like the old or like the crippled or,
and certainly
single mothers with children.
Like, the war has been going on for years at this point. People are traumatized. People have PTSD. People are probably real fucked up with sort of mental headspaces.
So it's like, what can I do at this point? Like, what can I do to kind of like push back on what's going on? And you think like something as simple as just like leaving a note saying like, push back against the war is not going to get you in trouble. And then, I mean, the people hanging in the courtyard wasn't enough.
That was the psycho thing about but just kind of living in those times. Very, very similar to kind of Russia, under Stalin. It's just there may be some element even to ScarJo, her kid getting so kind of propaganda fed and kind of fanatical about like the Nazi thing. It may have been she had maybe a degree of reluctance on her part to push too hard against Jojo getting into Nazi shit, kind of dressing up and kind of going to these camps and everything else, because there probably something in the back of her head was like, if I seem like I'm trying to keep my son away from this, he might say something to like another adult that could actually get like the good stop out to show up at the house.
Yeah. I mean, getting back to the point I was making though, I feel like she has like something, maybe her education has something to do with the arts or something like that. I really feel like the fact that she does the acting with her son where she's playing the dad and herself. Yeah. And then the dancing.
And the dancing.
I'm like, maybe she's just like a trained dancer of some sort.
Right.
So I'll say this.
In Morocco, she must have had kind of like a wild, like a wild youth is kind of strongly implied there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. She was a wild woman. I think her performance was strong. I didn't like the accent she was using. It was a little confusing at times what she was saying, and it kind of threw me off a little. But I know she had the right intentions.
Andy, anything to kind of pin on that?
No, I think she did a good job. I think the accent was fine.
You're sounding like John now. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'll give the movie this. I'll give the movie this. Better than Black Widow.
Well, yeah, sure.
Oh, I wanted to like that so bad. I love Taskmaster. I love the whole idea of Taskmaster, and then what they did with the character. I was like, just fucking threw it away. You threw it away.
Do you know who played Taskmaster?
No.
Remember the Ukrainian supermodel from the 2007 Hitman movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Olga Kurylenko.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I saw it at the theaters like when it came out way back when. So,
did you or someone you know have an imaginary friend when you were growing up? If not, who do you think your imaginary friend would have been?
Go for it, Jenny. You go first this time.
I had a whole menagerie of imaginary friends. My parents, when I was very young, took a bunch of apple boxes and they painted each one like a different color. I had so they would say they're like a green, a yellow, a red, purple, all the rest of that. And I had multiple imaginary friends. Each lived in a different color painted apple box. And I basically would kind of write comic books about what their lives were inside of the inside the boxes, and all of like the different sort of adventures that they would get up to.
What were their names?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I'm not a real friend.
I'm going to text my mom and see if I have any like the
Cortland.
I'll see if I have like any like the fan fiction still
like that. John was kind of acting up, and we just give him Benadryl, and we just keep giving it to him until he calmed down, and then he just started talking to himself, and we're like, it's good enough.
Yeah.
we gave him a box of apples, and he was just talking to apples.
Again, I don't know anything about parenting, and I don't know how to kind of judge that for good or ill.
Benadryl's good until they actually fall asleep and don't wake up. So, there's a limit to how much you should give.
That wasn't just bad. That was German ScarJo bad, dude. That's not company you want to keep. Other people. Papa, this was your question. So how about you?
My question. I didn't overthink this one. I honestly didn't have, like you. I would do this thing where when I would play with
Little Bump was the main one. He lived
Little Bump. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What I would do is I didn't have imaginary friends, but I could pretend. I would project, like I would create a story in my head when I would play with toys, and I kind of project like what they're saying onto the characters. So I'd use voices when I make them talk to each other and stuff like that. They weren't talking to me necessarily, but it was kind of like I was like making my own movie or something like that. And then I was just, you know, the director making it all happen. But I never had an imaginary friend. I didn't have any friends that had imaginary friends, which I had some really weird friends. So I'd always assumed that they would have been crazy enough to be able to see things that aren't there.
Right.
If I did have an imaginary friend when I was really young, probably would be, I would say maybe He-Man.
Ooh,
Sure.
I was big into He-Man when I was young, and I feel like maybe that's where I would have gone until I saw the movie, and then it would have been like, it's just like Hitler.
Talking the Canon Films live action Dolph Lundgren He-Man movies.
Mommy, I don't want to play piano anymore. I don't want to play the organ anymore, Mom. Yeah, whatever it is.
Do hamster style, yeah.
I don't want to do hamster style anymore, Mom. Okay.
Okay.
What was it? The Cosmic Key. It was actually just maybe like just like a guitar.
What is it? I haven't seen that movie in years. Is it like
I tried in college? It's not one of those ones that actually works on like an adult rewatch.
I keep jumping to like the Goonies scene where they're playing the piano, and I know it's not that, but I felt like it was like a what is it? It's like a universe traversing piano or something like that, or
it's
okay. It's a guitar.
Do you have guitars at your store?
Let's pin this one for a Cunny episode, like the same one we talked about the Lady Boys. How about that?
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about bunnies.
Sure.
Okay.
Imaginary friends. Andy, go.
No, I did not have one. And
Interesting. Interesting, especially being an only child.
Yeah, no, I never had.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Huh.
And I as far as I'm aware, none of my friends had them either. I did do things like, you know, when I would go outside by myself and shoot hoops in my backyard, I would be playing against, you know, an imaginary defender or whatever. But they were, you know, you turn around, you make the last second jump shot or whatever. So I did do that. So I guess that's sort of like an imaginary acquaintance more than it is an imaginary friend. But yeah, no, I never did have one as far as I can recall. If I did have one, I guess it would be it would have been somebody that was like objectively cool, because I was not cool or interesting as a kid. So like somebody like Michael Knight from Knight Rider, or Mr. T or something like that.
Mr. T?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan.
Hey, brother. There it is. There it is. I queued it up.
Maybe it was I
remember he had the rubber ones. So. Oh jeez.
Nibnub.
Nibnub.
No, I thought it was Nien. I thought that's how you whatever. Anyway, maybe it was him.
No, not whatever. We still have to do our obscure Star Wars bullshit podcast.
It could have been Firestorm.
Oh, look at that.
You know, there's more. There's others as well.
Why do you have all these toys in front of you?
I don't actually. I came home from Las Vegas.
We only asked about imaginary friends as children. We did not clarify adults.
I came
Eric,
home from,
I direct my own exploratory playing with toys.
Yes. Yeah, see, that's what I said. So I came back from Vegas and my desk was completely reorganized because we had to give one of our two desks to Charlie, our senior youth correspondent, for his homework. So now we have a single desk in the office, inclusive of 1, 2, 3, 4 computer screens, a keyboard, a microphone, several mice, etc. And one of the things, or several of the things that wound up, were old toys from around the house. I don't know. I don't know the answer, honestly.
One point of clarification: are you giving Charlie a desk for on which he can do his homework, or are you, or as a reward for doing his homework, are you giving him just a desk?
It's to do homework, not a
motivating thing.
No, not a reward for doing homework. If anything, it's to encourage the starting of doing homework more than it is the continuation of doing homework.
Right. We got to get Charlie back on the pod at some point. I'm really interested to see what he thought about Fantastic Four.
I'm sure he's happy to
ask him about Firestorm.
We can ask him about
Firestorm. Right. He's like, he talks to me.
Naveen, how about yourself? Imaginary friend?
All right, before Naveen starts, I just want to tell you, Naveen, you mentioned you have a brother before, but I don't think you actually have a brother. I think that the person you're talking to, maybe you're projecting.
He's been on this podcast multiple times, and
I don't know. I've seen Naveen like do some like different like impressions before and stuff. I mean,
you think maybe it's like a Fight Club situation,
or like the Prestige?
So.
You know, nobody actually can see like what we see, and so I'm just saying. I mean, people might just assume that it's just you're doing both ends there.
It's possible.
And this is why you needed imaginary friends as a kid. This right here, fundamental. Naveen, how about yourself?
Yeah, I did a lot of the playing like Eric did with toys and things, making up those stuff. But I did have an imaginary friend as well. Mine was Casper, the friendly ghost.
Oh,
and we would hang out and do all those things, and it's great.
Casper.
And it's kind of funny because we mentioned about other people, and it seems like a lot of people did have imaginary friends, but at the same time, you wouldn't really make it vocal.
Yeah,
it was just kind of a thing for you, like
right. So
yeah.
Friends or family, I have no idea if they had imaginary friends either.
Yeah. How long did you have Casper?
Maybe a couple of years or so. I don't really know when it.
Wow.
I did. I mean, you were making fun of me for not having a brother, but
I don't know how many brothers you actually have.
I have two brothers, but one's a twin.
Maybe.
Allegedly,
we're close. Yeah, we were close, but there were a lot of times where I would just hang out and play on my own, more, and they would be doing their thing. So,
what do you guys think about the Simpsons theory about Casper actually being the ghost of Richie Rich? I'm just gonna put it out there.
I mean, yeah, and
it looks quite like him.
He also looks like, what was his name? Red Devil or something like that, or Little Devil, or
from Valkyria.
Yeah, there's a devil character as well in that whole like universe. Look it up. There's like a little devil.
All right.
I don't know what they call them. Red Debbie?
Little Debbie?
Wait, so Naveen, I have a question just because I'm curious. So were you playing music when you were younger as well? Or is that something you play music? I don't know what instruments you play, but you play guitar, right? You play
a little bit guitar, saxophone was my main instrument. I did start piano, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7, but didn't get into it too much. But 5th grade, I think, is when we could start instruments, and that's when I started the saxophone.
When you were playing music, or have you ever playing music? Have you ever played a part of music, but you could hear other instruments, or you kind of choreographed other music going on at the same time you're playing? Like you're hearing
interesting question.
An imaginary like drum, like beat or rhythm or something like that, or like you just kind of create the other parts as you're like making music.
Oh, definitely, without a doubt, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
When I play music, I'm so focused on just not fucking up the thing that I'm doing. I can't even imagine having the headspace for adding other stuff in there.
Yeah. Like I have when I've thought of a song that I want to make before, I'll actually I've composed in I don't know what mood I get in to do it, but if I can find the right moment, I can compose in my head. And then the whole trick is being okay, what was that part? And then trying to I'll try to hum it into I'll take a video with my cell phone or something and try to hum that part. And then while I'm listening to that again, I'll try to recreate what I was trying to what I heard in my head and try to get all the different parts out.
Yeah. I have a tougher time trying to get those parts out, but yeah, I do hear sometimes other parts when I'm in that space.
I mean, you could have your imaginary brothers each playing a different instrument. And
you're I thought you were going to ask if Naveen ever imagined other famous musicians playing along with him. And all I can picture is like War,
Naveen, have you ever pierced
Oderus
the veil?
Urungus is there. Is like, hey, Naveen, you kick ass on the guitar, dude.
Nah, not that lucky.
Oh, that's a shame. We're about at time for talking about movie. Any closing thoughts before we go on to Sorbet?
This was a great film. Thank you for recommending it. And again, I'm surprised that it got waitlisted on your queue there. you hadn't seen it and things, because yeah, it was a lot of fun. I too recommend it for our listener out there if they have not seen it.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised as well. I mean, Taika Waititi has a good track record, so I'm like, it's a silly concept. You kind of have an idea what to expect. It's just the whole delivery thing. It's like, is he going to land it or not? And I guess not for everybody, but I thought there was enough laughs in there and just like enough like moments, like really touching moments that I just felt like engaged throughout. So
yeah, I mean, Love and Thunder, I did not really care for. I thought that was pretty awful. So, but other than that, I loved What We Do in the Shadows, the movie and the show. But that's about the only thing I've seen of his as well. So it was kind of like hit or miss.
Right.
Yeah.
I have seen Thor Ragnarok 1.5 times in theaters. The first was when I was like living in New York, and about halfway through the movie, some asshole just kind of pulled the fire alarm, and the whole place had to be like evacuated and kind of gets getting checked out by the fire department. But that actually, I didn't realize at the time, put me in a lucky enough position. I was visiting Eric in Boston the following week, and we went to see Ragnarok together. And that for me just stands as just hands down my absolute favorite Marvel movie. So getting the chance not just kind of see it fully, but actually see it with like a buddy, having someone there that like, okay, you're not even have to kind of like look over to be like he's just knowing he's gonna vibe on this thing well. Like Led Zeppelin is kind of blaring at the end. The Hulk was trying to punch out a giant wolf.
I think, what was that comment that we made at the end? Or it's like post credits, and we're sitting there talking. It's like, who at Marvel made that decision? Like, we're gonna hold on to Immigrant Song until just the right moment. You know what? Thor Ragnarok. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Did they do it like 3 times in that movie?
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a reprise on there.
It's
too.
at the beginning and at the end, and like the first 2 Thor movies are kind of overly serious and sort of dour, and I just less Taika for having the ambition to say this should be crazy, psychedelic, Technicolor, and it should have Zeppelin playing like the entire time. These shouldn't be kind of dour stick in the mud movies.
I mean, not to shit on the second one, but I'm not a big Guns N' Roses. I know it's not popular opinion. I'm not a big Guns N' Roses fan, and he only played Guns N' Roses for that film.
Right.
And I was like,
wait, are you talking about the
Love and Thunder?
Yeah. So that the fourth. Yeah.
I'm like, here we go, Sweet Child of Mine. Like, all right, cool.
And those freaking goats.
I just felt like the music didn't match up with the film.
It's not punch out a giant cosmic space wolf music.
No. In the post-credit scene, I had nobody to bitch about. So I'm just kind of like, you see what they did there with the whole Guns N' Roses thing? Who at Marvel made that decision to hold on to like Sweet Child of Mine until you know what? Thor 4. Let's just throw this shit out the window. Who cares? At this
and
point?
then you're looking at it, you're like, isn't it the guy from Ted Lasso?
Thor 4 is going to be all covers of the band Asia.
Oh my god. Wait a minute. Did you guys ever see the Portlandia episode where it's like what's his name from you just referenced?
Ted Nugent?
No, not Ted Nugent. Who's from Ted Lasso? Who's the main character?
Jason Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis, right. And he has the cult. He has the farm. And like they're like they
where
the
go to
chicken
the
is
because they're trying to figure out like what just where their chicken was actually sourced.
Yeah. And at the very end, it's just like they're all sitting around Jason Sudeikis. He's lying there and he's dying. And then he's like, Nancy. He's like, I like you, Nancy, but you're a bitch. And then he's like, you got to let me go, Nancy. I know you want to be a bitch. You got to let me go. And she's like, okay, I can do this. And then she's just like, he's like, all right, I'm going. And she's like, oh. And then he's like, all right, I love you all, God bless. And then she's just like, please don't. And he's like, Nancy, you're being a bitch, Nancy. You're being a bitch. You got to let me go. She's like, okay, I'm sorry. And then he dies. And then
try to end the podcast sometimes.
Yeah. Then he dies. And then Fred Armisen's like, what are we doing here? Why am I wearing a dress?
Portlandia, that first season was just platinum grade. That was really something.
Yeah.
All right. You guys want to move on to Sorbet?
Let's do it.
No trivia?
Hey, pardon?
No Viggo's toes?
So Hitler was a real guy, problematic,
Wait,
Kind of a
wait.
dick.
I got one about Hitler, not about the movie.
Okay.
Hitler was vegetarian.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you know that? No. Hitler's
This is
mustache.
1940s Germany, so that's cabbage and like the this other thing they have that's basically like a different kind of cabbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing I thought was interesting is Hitler's mustache. It's iconic. Why does it look fucking weird? Like I don't know, somebody broke off like the bristles off a toothbrush or something. Apparently, he had like a full mustache. He always had a mustache since he was older. And then in World War I guess he was ordered to wear a gas mask for some training or something. And they said, look, your mustache is too long. You have to shave off the sides. And then he just thought it was funny and just left it like that.
Huh.
I'm not trying to normalize it. I'm just saying it's a decision that was made.
Interesting.
I read
Really
that
weird,
too.
though.
Read that too.
Interesting for practical reasons.
Yeah. Okay, I have to share another one, right?
Okay.
Apparently, he was an avid whistler. Yeah.
An avid whistler? Yeah.
A whistler. And he performed songs for his guests, such as When You Wish Upon a Star and Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf.
Oh.
Can all three of you guys whistle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
I've never been able to whistle.
Really?
Some
I heard you didn't have cable either.
Let's save it for a Patreon episode.
Well, I don't know what scene it was, but Heil Hitler was said 49 times in 5 minutes.
49 times in 5 minutes.
Wow. The next question is, how many times did they talk about juice?
It's a good question.
I would say more than 300 times.
Probably.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
Andy, any trivia for us?
No, I mean all the ones that I had, I either have already said or were said. Although I guess to tag on to something that Naveen said earlier, where Taika said he didn't do any research on Hitler. His reasons were basically twofold. The first one was that he was not worth doing accurate research on. And the second was that he was, quote, a fucking cunt.
There. I did read that Taika did a bunch of research about 1940s Germany fashion. And the thing that he came to was like, yeah, even kind of during the war, people really kind of got into dressing kind of really nice, stylishly, and very, very colorful. So a lot of the costuming in the movie is he's like, I didn't want to have people just kind of wearing kind of drab browns and grays because the stuff was just a bit more, just kind of popped like a bit more than that.
Yeah, I didn't realize too that Taika Waititi apparently identifies as Jewish Polynesian.
Maori, Maori Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a story he's allowed to tell.
Indeed.
Anyway, so let's get on to like a little quick sorbet before we kind of wrap the episode up. I picked
$109.
$109.
Heil.
That's how much it costs to fix your guitar. All right, moving on.
Okay. Cut, print, Dean, start working on the shorts.
All right.
A bit that we've had on the podcast since the beginning is and it's something I'm very kind of I appreciate that it's caught on, but every movie started solo, but now it's become more and more group effort. I do a little synopsis in brief, which is a jokey little summary of like the movie that we're talking about that just has nothing to do with the film like whatsoever. I was the other day at my local Barnes & Noble, just kind of browsing the shelves, seeing what they had for kind of new board games and card games, and I came across, this is coming from a publishing company called Brass Monkey, but this is a game called Poorly Explained Movies. And this essentially is just synopsis in brief, the card game.
I see where this is going, and I like it.
Beg pardon?
I said I see where this is going, and I like it.
The whole premise is you got a bunch of cards. They got a bunch of movies on them. They have a main hint and a secondary hint if the people playing get stuck. But there's a synopsis in brief, essentially, that poorly explains the movie. And people compete to see who can first correctly guess what the card is referring to. So we'll try one. Easiest game to teach in the world, but let's kind of throw this out. A single father loses his son. He eventually finds him at the dentist. What movie is this?
Single father loses his son and eventually finds him at the dentist.
And I got a secondary hint.
When you ring in, you have to say Heil Hitler, by the way.
Let's not do that.
No, I thought we were
Let's say
saying
hi,
staying on
Johnny.
theme. I'm sorry. Okay, I've moved on.
Jesus Christ.
Johnny, Heil me.
No.
Okay, what's the secondary
I have
clue?
no clue. Yeah.
Animated film. A father loses
Finding
a single
Nemo.
father.
Finding
Oh.
Nemo.
Finding Nemo. Yes.
At the oh, good one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got 350 cards come in the box. I flipped throughout all of them. I've got 12 cards picked out here. And our sorbet, it's going to be like a little game for like the three of you are going to be competing. See who gets the high score in poorly explained movies. All right. 12 cards. I have 3 cards that are very, very easy to start. 3 cards that are a little bit tougher. 3 cards that share that share something between the movies, and then finally 3 cards of movies we've covered on the podcast. These are actually the only 3 movies in the box that we've also kind of done on the show.
Okay.
All right.
So you think we know all these movies?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Some are going to be these are all things I picked out that you guys should know or have some context for. Maybe with one exception, but we'll see. Ring in by saying your name, and just for the fuck of it, let's do Jeopardy answers. So, what is Finding Nemo?
Okay.
All right, ready to go?
All right.
First, poorly explained film. A group of teens hang out in a library on a Saturday.
Eric,
Okay, I heard Eric first.
what is the Breakfast Club?
It is The Breakfast Club. That is correct. On the board with 1 point. Next movie. A man tries to kill his family while on vacation.
Naveen,
Naveen, go.
what is The Shining?
What is The Shining is correct. Andy is already looking pained.
I keep forgetting to yell my name.
All right. A boy is abandoned by his family, so he decides to ruin their house.
Andrew.
Yep.
Home Alone.
What is home?
Oh,
Naveen,
No!
Naveen,
what is the third
Naveen,
fuck
what is
up?
Home Alone?
I'm giving Andy a pass on that first one, but that's going to be a forfeiture.
That's
for you
fair.
Going forward.
That's fair. Maybe give him like half credit.
Okay. Well,
He got half of it right. He didn't get the what? All right, I'm not a total
Okay.
prick. You can have the point.
all right. So cards 4 through 6. These are a little bit tougher, but all films that you guys should have some context for. A group of friends seek fame in Los Angeles while trying to outrun an assassin.
Los Angeles, we're trying to outrun an assassin.
Okay, first hint. We did not cover this movie, but we did cover its sequel.
Oh, jeez, I can't.
Second hint. This group of friends are all puppets.
Um,
Ooh, I think I heard Andy.
The Muppets. There's only 4 of them.
What?
Wait. You said they're a group of. Oh no, you said a group of friends, not a group of 4 friends.
Yeah.
Okay. What is Muppets? The Muppets. What's the first one called? Damn it! I'm out.
Chance to steal.
Is it?
Oh.
What is the? No, it's not. What is the Great Muppet Caper? That's the one we saw.
Correct. We covered it on the pod.
Oh.
Yeah.
Andy, it's too late now, but I know. I think.
Are you confident? Go for it. Are you
Yeah.
confident, my friend?
Yeah.
I mean, I think so. Is it the Muppet movie?
The Muppet movie is correct.
Right.
An IT professional starts taking drugs. An IT professional starts taking drugs.
I'm gonna take a guess, and I'm probably wrong. What is the Matrix?
Oh, I was gonna say the same
The
thing.
Matrix is correct.
Oh,
It is.
I was gonna
Okay.
say the same thing.
good one.
I had to think about what he actually does for like a job, and then I'm like,
Loosely IT based.
yeah, loosely drugs. He just takes it once, right? It's just once.
It's the one.
That's how you get started on it.
Right. That's what they say. First one's free.
Man, those Muppets ones. I'm telling you, I only know like is Muppets Take Manhattan another one as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the third
Okay.
one. That's the
third one. That's what I was thinking. That was
Yeah, I kept having the Manhattan one, but it's like, no, he said L.A.
and I recently saw the Muppet movie. I saw that one before I saw like the Great Muppet Caper, and I completely forgot what it was about. So
I could honestly, like, gun to my head,
Great
not tell you what actually happened in What We Do in the Shadows. I don't remember like the story or the through line at all. It's just jokes and performances and characters and vibes.
they just hang out.
They just kind of hang, right?
Yeah.
And then they encounter like the werewolves.
Right.
And that's kind of funny.
All right. An aging mentor gives his protege a car.
Andrew,
I did mean.
Andrew, go.
the Karate Kid.
What is the Karate Kid? That is correct.
Oh, I didn't do what is again.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
That's
Fine. It's all the formalisms are also already gone to hell here.
All right.
All right, halfway through the game, we got Eric with 2 points, Naveen with a point, Andy with 3.
it's
Everybody's
funny. That last one, by the way, I almost said, "What is Back to the Future?" So I don't know. Old man, a car.
Yeah.
Did he technically give him the car though?
Yeah, he said, "Take the car and go." No, actually, no. He's like dying, so
Yeah.
Marty just kind of took the car. I guess.
Kind of took the car.
All right. Cards 7 through 9. These all share a common something. An overbearing mom tries to keep her son from playing sports.
Andy?
Andy, go ahead.
What is rad?
It is not Rad.
Damn it.
It would have been amazing if Rad was in this card. There's only 350 cards. There's only 3 movies we actually covered on the pod in this first box.
Well, I know I was thinking maybe that was one of the ones we covered.
Right.
Because technically, I think that's kind of right.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
kind of right.
Let me try, and I know this is probably wrong, and I don't know where I'm going with this, but what is Mighty Ducks?
No. All right. So first,
like
hint,
this
this is set in the South. A lot of people speaking with Southern accents.
That does not help at all.
Okay.
Can you say the first clue again?
An overbearing mom tries to keep her son from playing sports.
And it takes place in the South.
Wait, Eric.
Okay, shoot.
What is World Pop? Yes.
Mom, you're being a bitch.
Yeah, you're being a bitch, Nancy.
Okay.
What is Jimmy Olsen?
All right. Second hint. The character's girlfriend is played by Fairuza Balk.
Naveen,
Levine.
what is Waterboy?
What is the Water Boy's
Oh, I haven't seen that in like 500 years. Dear God.
That's one of the more problematic Adam Sandler movies.
All right. Okay.
Did we see that together, Andy?
Big pardon?
We may have seen that together.
Yeah.
We may have.
I'm going to say junior year of college.
I thought it was like freshman year. But
I thought it was earlier than that.
Yeah.
Maybe. A guy throws his own birthday party, gets drunk, and hallucinates.
I
A
thought
guy throws his own birthday party, gets drunk, and hallucinates.
that's like so many movies.
Remember, this has a common theme to the previous movie.
Gets drunk and hallucinates.
Mm-hmm.
What's the theme?
Sec-
Waterboy.
Second hint. He hallucinates a giant penguin.
Wait, I got it. Eric,
Eric, go.
what is Billy Madison?
Billy Madison is correct.
I almost said that, but I was like on the fence.
Yeah.
Like,
all right. Number 9. This is going to be the quick one. This is going to be the quickest one of the game.
Naveen, what is Happy Gilmore?
Eric, Happy Gilmore too.
1 point for Naveen.
Dang it! What was
this game?
An ex-hockey player tries a new sport in order to save his.
Oh, please, come on! Even my kid can figure that out.
Okay, so this is wild on the board. 3, 3, and 3.
Oh,
It's just
Sudden death.
3-way tie. All right. If there is a tie at the end of the game, we'll do like a lightning round thing to qualify. Okay, now finally, these are like I said, 350 cards. Less than 1% of the cards were actually about movies covered on Pod. These last 3 are all Pod movies, so you're going to have to be quick on this one. All right.
What is Cholet?
A music magazine gives a child a right.
Naveen.
Andy, Andy, putting your hand up.
What are you doing?
Naveen.
Hail Hitler.
Naveen, I heard your name first.
What is Almost Famous?
Almost Famous is correct.
What is my favorite movie?
What is not that one?
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right, next one. Again, this we've covered on the pod. An alcoholic private detective tries to catch a wife.
Oh, Naveen wins.
Yeah. Naveen,
oh man, crap! I hope I didn't finish it off. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit is correct.
Oh, did you say what? What is Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
We've already let that go.
Come on, you.
It's all gone to hell.
Your fault.
What's the last one, Johnny?
All right. You're not going to believe what this last one is. A young boy finally figures out that his imaginary friend is an asshole.
Naveen.
Go for it.
What is Jojo Rabbit?
It is Jojo. And just to be sure, you guys.
Wow.
You don't think that I'm making this shit up. My eyes popped. I went through the box yesterday. My eyes popped out of my
What year? What edition is this? What year was this made?
Good question. Brass Monkey.
I feel like we should have known that up front.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel like Jojo Rabbit's. It's 2019, but it feels like too recent.
I don't know.
Not seeing. Where's the copyright on here?
What's the name of it again?
Poorly Made Movies. I'm not seeing a. No. So here we go. Ranging from. I don't see the publication game, but the movies range from 1937 to 2019. So this was the.
Wow. Okay.
The latest year.
There. Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't know how compelling of a listen this game makes, but it's fun to play.
Yeah.
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 Sweet.
That's cool.
All right. So I think that was episode 67 of Rebels All Pod. Jojo Rabbit, a movie a little inconsistent for me, but I really, really enjoyed talking about with you guys. I think this is one of the better conversations I think we've had about a film.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So winding it down. Next week we're still trying to figure out the exact format, but we are looking to do something. This is going to be our mid-cycle pod where we take a break from talking movies. We're zagging a little bit. We're going to do something involving old school Simpsons episodes. Stay tuned for that one. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
All right. Gentlemen, heil you guys.
Bye, all guys.
Take care, everybody. Talk to
Sorry,
you.
guys. I got to go walk the clones.
All right.